Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kago coming at you with another video. So today, late last night, Hammer Dance, a fellow SOD creator, posted a video called A Message to the Classic WoW Dev Team, and Agron himself replied down below in the comments, and he confirmed Phase 8, the Scarlet Enclave raid, as well as the future of SOD. It is absolutely amazing, and I'm so freaking hyped for this. But without further ado, let's switch it over. So here is the original video by Hammer Dance. Definitely check him out. Great channel, makes great content about Season of Discovery. I'm so glad that he is back and making stuff. He did the dev interviews back in Phase 4. But here is the official video that I will post a link to it below. And here is Agron's comment. Now, this is so long that I have gone to a snippet of it, and we are going to get in here and read it right now. So he said, I don't usually get into replying to stuff like this in the YouTube comments, but I hear you. It's hard to get super specifics for a few reasons. One, sometimes it is tricky to talk about the future of when we don't always know exactly what we're going to do in a year, 2 years, etc. One of the nice things about our team is that we can kind of just adjust our plans quickly. Huge dev teams with hundreds of developers have extremely deep pipelines that really struggle to change things quickly once they're moving in a certain direction. We are smaller, so we can pivot, and that's one of the things I love about working on Classic. So we have been following our nose and making those pivots as the train is moving down the tracks. A good example of this is when things go slightly array, you can speak too soon, is the Warcraft Direct. It was mentioned that Naxx is the final phase in our presentation for that. At the time, it was our final intention for Naxx to be the final full phase, and whatever else we wanted to tackle would sort of be a 7.1 or 7.5, but not phase 8. Since then, the team came together, and between how much fun we are having building Karazhan Crypts and Scarlet Enclave, we are all in on a really great, really robust phase 8. So yes, the Scarlet Enclave raid is real. I wish I could tell you more, because it, to me, as a developer on the Classic team since day one, is the most exciting thing I've gotten to work on yet. So there you have it, guys. The first portion, the Scarlet Enclave raid is real. That is the first full-on real raid, new content, completely original, that we're getting in Classic WoW. And if that doesn't hype you up, I don't know what else would. But that is freaking amazing. Giving too much info too early can be harmful because of the TDLR nature of communication and info sharing these days, and the reality is that the question of when does SOD end is a question with a lot of nuisance. We could say phase 8 is the final phase, and all of those hundreds of people you mentioned that are saying, well, I'd like to start now but it's about to end, would just hear it's over and then they would never think about it again. The reality is we think there are many months of SOD content left, and trying to put a pin on it on a definite end date really just harms the experience of people that could still have months, if not years, of fun with the content that already exists and is coming. SOD will end in the sense we will stop actively developing large amounts of new content, but it won't have a hard date. It ends today. We have no intention of closing SOD servers. I can't say never, because I don't know the future, but I can say it's much like Era. We have no plans at all to close them, and I do expect some amount of the population will continue on when active development slows, just as we see in Era today. I think people will see what is in the next phase, and this will be more likely. So essentially, at some point, it's going to end. Obviously, all things come to an end. SOD, after all, is a season, and they have learned so much from it, and I absolutely love SOD. I'll definitely be on Era for a bit. Just depends what's coming out with Classic, where we're headed, other things, but I have no plans to stop until the game truly dies. The last thing I'll say is that everything we have done in SOD is for a reason. That is the most important quote. It is for a reason. We have big aspirations as a team, but we have had to learn some hard lessons about what is and isn't appropriate, even when it's been very aggressively progressive version of vanilla. So like Season of Discovery, Phase 3 is probably what they're referring to. I've said in interviews in the past that we try to take on something like a so-called Classic Plus. We want to be confident going into it so that we can deliver something most people who want that sort of thing will like. I don't think SOD is what I'd call an ideal Classic Plus, even if it is hands down my favorite version of WoW I've ever played in 21 years of playing, 15 years of working on WoW, and 7 years on Classic. So thank you for your service, Agrand. I think you've done a phenomenal job here in the Classic WoW. There are some things that we did in SOD that we'll never do again. Hopefully Incursions, hopefully Phase 3. And there are many more things in SOD that we want to keep developing and carry forward. I hope class changes, class balances, making everything playable. Shaman tanks, amazing. Warlock tanks, amazing. Mage healers, I'm neutral on those. They're very nice because there are a ton of mage players, and it's awesome for groups. Rogue tanks, scrap it. That thing's been a mess ever since. It's either too OP or not good enough. And then we are here to put a pin on that. Our team is growing as well, specifically in the department of design, i.e. the people who can truly build new content. That alone is exciting. So we see the difference between Demonfall Canyon, which I'd imagine was built probably by people who can't actually build stuff in world build. I don't know the specifics of it, but you have Demonfall Canyon where a lot of it is just a carbon copy of the outside world. Same with like Incursions and the Emerald Dream. Those were assets already in the game, so we just see sort of a spin on those to something like Karazhan Crypts, which is completely different. We see so much new mechanics, like the torch thing, the light thing. Nothing like that's in Classic at all. So if Karazhan Crypts is a taste of the new content that can be created, I am so stoked for Phase 8 and Scarlet Enclave. So yeah, we aren't going to go out and be disingenuous about SOD. SOD has the word season in the title, and that means at some point we will shift our focus onto other things. But just because it will happen eventually doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy it now if it is something you enjoy or think you might enjoy. It is never too late to start, and the more eyes and feedback and lessons we get from it, from what we put out in SOD, the better the next thing will be. We'll have more info about Scarlet Enclave and what's next pretty soon, so sit tight for that. So, what a phenomenal comment, guys. I did my best to break that down, but I am so freaking excited for everything there. I even DM'd Agrand personally, and I thanked him for it, and I said I'm so hyped for it, and thanks for shining a light on it, because as much as I like to speculate, make videos, talk about it, it is so nice to have like a confirmation that it's going to be a Phase 8, we're going to have a raid, and just all those guarantees are fantastic. I even asked him, so what about Horde Paladins and Alliance Shamans, and he said all that was a bit of an Easter egg, but I'm glad you guys found it. So, that being said, who knows? Maybe we could still see them, because if I've learned anything, putting your ideas out there, putting your content out there, hoping for it, causes change. As you can see, I've been one of the biggest proponents of Phase 8, wanting a Phase 8, wanting a raid. I've pushed for that so many times, talking about the future of Season of Discovery, what I would like to see just as a player in the game, and, you know, you guys really like those videos, so I keep making them, but you can see just putting that good energy out there, hope for the future, it can cause real change. And I'm so glad the dev team heard our message, and we are going to see what we can uncover with all this. So anyway, let me know what you guys are most hyped for Phase 8, what is coming, what we're going to see, and post your comments, your expectations, anything else you want, because obviously we have the devs here, and it's going to be freaking amazing. I cannot wait. So anyway, I hope you have a great day, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.